When we begin to talk about the restoration of wasted years, the first thing we must do before we can even begin to understand the power of God's restoration is to come face to face with the reality that there have been wasted years. We must acknowledge them. Too many of us try to bury the past as if pretending it never happened will somehow make the pain go away. But what you don't confront, you cannot conquer, and what you refuse to face, you'll never allow God to restore. Some of us have lived through years that were stolen by sin, seasons we spent far from God, chasing pleasures that left us emptier than before. Some of us look back at years we lost to addiction, broken relationships, bitterness, or rebellion. Others wasted years simply trying to please people, or stayed too long in fear, too long in confusion, or too long in cycles that God never meant for us to remain in. And let's be honest, there are people here today who feel like they've lost decades. Maybe you're 40, 50, even 70, and you wonder if what's been lost can ever truly be regained. It's a heavy feeling to realize time has passed and you don't have the fruit to show for it. The enemy would love to keep you shackled to regret. He whispers that it's too late, that the damage is permanent, that what you've lost is gone forever. But I came to remind someone that the devil is a liar. God is not bound by time. He doesn't operate according to the calendar on your wall or the wrinkles on your face. He is the God who can step into your past, heal it, redeem it, and give you a future that surpasses what you ever imagined. But you have to begin here, with honest reflection. You have to stop sugarcoating what went wrong and pretending it didn't hurt. You've got to be real with God. You've got to open the closet and show him the bones. Not because he doesn't already know, but because he waits for our surrender. He waits for that moment when we stop hiding and start inviting him in. Some of you are saying, "But preacher, I messed up too badly." Listen to me. There is no sin so deep that God's grace can't go deeper. There's no mistake so wide that the cross can't stretch across it. Even if you were the one who made the decision that led to your downfall, even if the years were wasted by your own doing, God says, "I can restore." Not just replace, not just compensate, but restore. Bring back what was lost and make it even better. When the prodigal son came back home, he didn't come back to shame. He came back to a robe, a ring, and a feast. That boy wasted everything, his inheritance, his time, his dignity. But the moment he came to himself and turned toward his father, restoration met him at the door. And I want to say to someone here today, the Father is waiting. He's not pacing with anger. He's watching with compassion. If you'll take one step toward him, he'll run the rest of the way. Sometimes we blame ourselves for wasted years, but other times those years were taken from us. Maybe someone walked out. Maybe you were abandoned, mistreated, misunderstood, or misled. Maybe life just hit hard and fast, and you never got the footing you needed. The enemy wants you to believe that pain is your portion, but God says restoration is your inheritance. He's the God who saw every tear. He watched you cry in the dark. He saw you get back up when you didn't think you had the strength, and he's been keeping track, not just of your pain, but of your purpose. You didn't survive those years for nothing. The same God who allowed you to walk through the valley is the one who will prepare a table for you in the presence of your enemies. And when he restores, he doesn't just give you what you had. He gives you what you should have had, plus interest. Somebody shout, "I'm getting it back." But we start by remembering. We start by looking back with honesty, not to dwell, but to give God room to heal it. Some of you have never cried over what you lost. You stuffed it down, smiled for the crowd, and told yourself it didn't matter. But it did, and God cares, and when you bring your broken years to him, he won't throw them away. He'll turn them into testimony. So before we talk about restoration, let's get real about the ruin. Let's open our hearts to the God who is not intimidated by our mess. He doesn't flinch at the sight of broken things. In fact, he specializes in them. He's not just a God of beginnings, he's the God who rewrites endings, and when he's about to restore your wasted years, the first thing he does is invite you to look back, not with despair, but with expectation, knowing he's about to do something greater than you ever imagined.